What's going on, you guys? Welcome to The Camera Adds 10 Pounds. I'm your host, Peter Sirs. What's up? Before we start, you guys know what I'm about to do. This podcast is brought to you by my friends at perfectshaker.com. If you have a fitness lover in your life, or if that's you, go to perfectshaker.com. They have all of your fitness accessory needs, from workout towels, pill containers, meal prep containers, and of course, my favorite, shaker. Go to perfectshaker.com, enter the promo code 10 pounds, the word 10, the word pounds. You will save 15% off of your order. And as always, this podcast is brought to you by my good friends at Bucked Up Supplements. If you want to get jacked or be lean or just be overall feel better, go to Bucked Up. They have every supplement for every kind of fitness goal you want. Go to Bucked Up. I love their pre-workout specifically, but they have a lot of other stuff that I take by them too. So you guys know how we roll. So anyway, go to buckedup.com, enter the promo code 10 pounds, the word 10, the word pounds. You will save 20% off your order. Our guest today, you guys, this is very exciting. This is why I talk about this. There's good on the internet and then there's bad on the internet. I think if you use the internet for good, then you can get good out of it. If you use it for bad, then it'll make you anxious and pissed off and depressed and all these things. So this is the good. We connected on the internet a while ago, and now we have him in studio. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited for this. Your SoCal Pro Heavyweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen, Mathias.
Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks
Welcome,
for having
dude.
me.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. I've been holding on to this for a bit over a year now and holding down the fort here in SoCal. But you said it's called Adds 10 Pounds?
The camera adds 10 pounds.
Is that 10 pounds of muscle? Am I going to be a little more jacked and tan after I leave?
Probably, you might be. So I don't know if you've heard, I mean, I consider, wrestling entertainment, obviously,
Yes.
It's an entertainment term. Like if you've ever met like an actor in real life, anybody, especially like big famous, they're usually like a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Because it plays bigger on camera, right?
Yeah.
And that's why like it's weird for like with you guys though, because like I feel like wrestlers, because you guys are all for the most part so big, you see, but then you can't see the scale on television.
Right.
But then when you see them in person, you're like, holy shit, like this person, like, or even like basketball, for example, like they're all really tall.
Yeah.
And when you meet like Derek Fisher used to work out at my gym, played for the Lakers.
Yeah.
And he's the little guy on the TV. But then you see him in person, you're like, dude, he's still like 6'2", 6'3", and like 2 something. Like so yeah, it's just like a play on so my thing is like I'm a comic, as you know, but I'm also super into health and fitness. Like I have a background in fitness. So whereas a lot of comics will talk about getting hammered, fucking sleeping till 2, stuff like that. I'm like, oh guys, like this week I drove 2,600 miles total on this comedy road trip I had, and I worked out every day.
Yeah.
Like a different city
stick with it
every day, and not a lot of comics are doing it. So it's like a play on the fact that I don't want to look fat on camera, but also that like I care about my health and fitness.
Well, man, you might as well be a pro wrestler working out every day, even on the road. Like that's what we do.
Dude, I'm telling you, if in another life, I might have gone down the wrestling.
This one's not over yet.
I'm too old to take bumps now, dude.
Come on.
I've thought about this. Like, I definitely like. I'm too like that because I want to talk about this because it hasn't come up a lot. I told you I've had Veronica Haven on the show before a while ago. I met her right when she started training.
Oh,
because I met her at a show. I was doing a show in Phoenix, and her ex partner were there, also wrestler, and Chris Evans. I mean, I could say his name, whatever. Very public that they were together. And then I've kind of seen her journey from like training to her first match, and now she's like, she has an AWF belt, I believe. She did, or maybe she might have just lost it. I think they kind of play hot potato with it, but
they definitely. It's been switched around a couple times in this like triangle feud with Brittany Brooks and everybody else. But yes,
she's on Brittany's on the show tonight, right? I think.
Yes. Yeah, she'll be there tonight. Santino Brothers, LA Rumble.
Yeah, that's so. When they hear this, it's going to be in the past. But there's a show here tonight in the area, and so when I saw that he was going to be on it, we've been communicating like online. I feel like for like a few months.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, it works perfect. He was kind enough to come into the studio. So anyway, I think I'm too old to take bumps or whatever. But I would love to like, I mean, in another life, or maybe like to be like a valet or something, like be
Manager,
like a
yeah.
mouthpiece, dude. You know,
Yeah.
and just talk because I love that, dude. That's what I
Mouthpiece is a
love.
great way to say it. Yeah, just be somebody's mouthpiece.
Yeah,
for
well,
sure.
because some guys, as you know, like train, and I'd love to get into this, but like
Yeah.
you know, they train and they have you know, they have the body, they have the look, but maybe they're not good on the mic. And I feel like for wrestlers, especially, like that's what kind of takes some people to the next levels. Like they're
Absolutely, and they need their mouthpiece, you know, the
Yeah.
Paul Heymans and whatnot to
Right.
like help elevate them, you know. So I totally agree. Like everyone has trouble with promos the first time. It's either you're really good at it right off the bat, or
Right.
it takes you a long time. Like for me, it took me a long time because I did martial arts for 20 years. And in martial arts, you don't talk, you
Right.
just fight.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So like I always knew I wanted to be a pro wrestler, so I would, you know,
Always.
yes,
Hell yeah.
always wanted to since I was 11 years old and I first like really got into it. Like it's what I wanted to do. Everything I did in my life was transcending me towards being a professional wrestler. I just didn't have anything around me at the time. I was
Right.
in a small town up in Northern California, but I knew I wanted to be a pro wrestler, so I knew I wanted to get jacked and tan, as we say,
Hell yeah.
in powerlifting. So I did powerlifting, lifted weights to get big and strong like John Cena and everybody. I did martial arts to be able to practice like demonstrations. This is as close I get to like professional wrestling training at the time.
Right.
And then for talking, I made YouTube videos of like motivational stuff when I was kind of in college and like knew I needed to be able to talk. So I would make them, and they weren't very good, but like I made them so I
Gotta
could
start
practice.
somewhere,
I was
right?
trying to get to really get good at it before I even showed up. So I was a step ahead when I actually started
Right.
finally. And even still, like it's the hardest thing for a lot of newer guys to do is just have that self-confidence
Yeah.
to be able to talk about yourself in a good way, as well as also you actually don't want to. It's not just ragging down on your opponent. It's like everyone thinks that a promo is just beating your opponent down.
Right.
Like no, if you beat them down, then they're nobody, and you beat a nobody.
Right. You gotta put them over.
Yeah,
as
you
they
got to
say.
build them up, make
Yeah.
them seem like they're the biggest, baddest, and best person you ever possibly could go against,
Right.
and yet you still win.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
you're this, but I'm this, and that's why I'm winning.
Right. I love that. So you decide at some point you said so you've been wanting to be a wrestler for your whole life. You say so. At what point do you say, okay, you know, I'm jacked, I'm tan, I'm this and that. I have to start training now. And how do you even go about? Because this is something like so. What I talk about a lot. I think a lot of comedians love wrestling.
Yeah.
And vice versa. I think because we do have similar paths in that a lot of us are on the road. Like I was just on the road. You know. In places that aren't glamorous, you
Yeah.
know, in front of people that don't know who the fuck you are.
I know
and
what you mean, yeah.
And you have to win them over. And, you know, you're grinding on the road for X amount of years. And then, yeah, maybe you get that Netflix deal or whatever. You get signed to like a big promotion. And then everyone knows who you are, but they don't realize that you've been doing this for, you know, 10, 15 years by the time you like quote unquote make it. And to them, you just showed up. You're like, no, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, you're overnight success, right?
Yeah.
You know, it only took 15 years to do it.
So you have to train, and when you're training, I mean, I've been to some indie shows where I'm like, man, like, and I, you know, I'm trying, like, you're probably losing money going to a gig, not you, but just like in general, like you're losing money, and yet you're jumping off the top rope and landing on a table or whatever, and you made like $20, and it's like, but there's that's just part of the path, you know?
Absolutely. Like it's rec league essentially in terms of this. It's like your rec league and you're hoping that one day the professional league, you know, comes and sees how great you're doing and hires you. But on a rec team, like you can have all different levels. You can have ex-pro athletes that are coming back down from what they did. You have people just starting. So like that's essentially what indie wrestling is recreational sports.
Right.
You know, until you get big enough and famous enough that they take you up to the big leagues.
Right. So you started training where?
SoCal Pro Wrestling.
So you did start training with them.
Yes. So down in San Diego.
That was I think you're like 4 or 5 years in now.
Just under 4 for working. Yeah.
Okay. So when you go to training, again, we haven't really talked about it a ton on here, but like, what's the timeline from okay, you walk in, you learn how to take by take a bump, it's the way they fall. There's a certain way you have to fall so that you don't fucking hurt yourself, and it still hurts.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nothing in there feels pretty.
Yeah. But they teach you how to do it so that you don't hurt yourself as much because you're going to have to do it tons and tons of times, like forever.
Absolutely.
Right? So you walk in to the training facility.
So you want to know the timeline of like when someone starts training the first day until maybe their first match?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's very variable. Because
Okay.
when I first started and I was doing research on it before I even went to this school, I got the impression that everyone trains for 2 years before you ever have your first match.
Right.
No matter how good you are, 2 years is like the minimum. So like I'm like, "Oh man, I'm in my late 20s," and like I was stressed cuz I'm like, "Oh, if I'm not ready for this before I'm 30, like maybe they won't hire me." Well, that's not a thing anymore. It used to be maybe, but not so much anymore. So really from the first day you start, it could be as quick as 6 months, or
Okay.
some people it could be 2-3 years until you're ready.
Got it.
It really comes down to kind of your background.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, I did martial arts for a long time. I did powerlifting, so I had a pretty athletic background to build myself up first
Uh-huh.
before I even got into it. And then I was a step ahead when I did start, so I did have my first match in about 5 months after I started.
Okay.
But I was used to being tossed around with martial arts. I was used to like having physical strength to be able to lift people up and slam them around and stuff from
Right.
powerlifting. So I had this, and that's actually my biggest tip to people if they want to start professional wrestling, and maybe you don't have a school around you right now, is get good at something. Get good at any sport.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't matter if it's just going to the gym, you want to be a bodybuilder, you want to be a football player, whatever you want to do, get good at something, have an athletic background that then could translate into professional wrestling when you get there.
Right.
And then you'll be a step ahead of everybody.
So I run marathons. How would that help me?
I mean, endurance.
Sure.
You need
No,
a
you're
lot of endurance to be a
Different.
professional wrestler.
You're not wrong. That's true.
Yes.
That's what they call. What do they call it? Getting burnt out when you're out there.
Blown up.
Blown up. There you go.
Yeah, you
Blown
get
up.
blown. Yeah.
So yes, it's a different type of because if you're weight training,
Mhm.
sorry for those of you guys that do not lift weights, but this is I can
Who
talk
doesn't
about,
lift weights? What are you talking about?
I-
Everybody does
dude.
that.
Can I show you? Well, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. So I'm sure you know people that like have come to your shows and they'll come back and see you and
Yes.
whatever, so like, they're fans, but like you've met them. You're not like,
Yeah.
I'm not like so famous where I can't be like, oh, hey, John or whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
thanks for coming back, because you're building that relationship. Because when I become what I want to be, you can remember seeing me at this in front of 10 people, down the street at a coffee shop anyway.
Yeah.
So this fucking guy, so I was a personal trainer for over 20 years, dude. Like I have a background in fitness. I played
Mhm.
sports. I've always posted about fitness stuff. And
Yeah.
for some reason, over the last like few months, I don't know if you noticed, but like my Instagram posts now also go on to Facebook,
Yes. You
including
connected them. Mhm.
including my stories and stuff.
Yeah.
So now people see like, because that's usually where I post the majority of like, hey, I'm at the gym. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm
Yeah.
fucking getting after it. Let's whatever, right?
Yeah.
So some guy that I've met, he's come to at least 2 shows, and a very supportive guy until a couple weeks ago, where he starts calling me a douchebag for posting my workout stuff. And I'm like, what? He's like, you're an asshole. Like nobody that goes to comedy cares about you working out. And I'm like what, dude?
You're still a person. Like you're allowed to have other interests. It's not
Exactly.
the
Well,
only thing.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, are you telling me like to stay in my lane? Because that's literally the premise of this podcast. The first episode of this podcast, this is episode 242 now, I think, is like, hey, I started this podcast right when I started kind of like getting on the road a little
Mhm.
bit. And it's like, it's hard, like you said,
Yeah.
to eat right, to get my workouts in still, like you're going to different time zones sometimes. Like it's hard, but like it's something that I care about and that I'm passionate about, because I started comedy late. So like any success that I got or that I'm getting, like I'm getting later in life versus someone that started when they were 18, 19,
Mhm.
20. So I'm like, dude, I posted about, I'm like, if you think that I'm an asshole for telling people to exercise and eat better, then like, whatever, dude. And then again, this other person that follows me on another platform was like, is this a bit? Or are you real? Because I don't want to follow you if you're going to talk about fitness. I'm like, what is going on, dude? Like, what has this world come to that I'm a bad person for telling people to eat right and work out? Like, heaven forbid.
Yeah. It's just information, like it's helpful information.
Well, this is the thing. So, as you may or may not know this, but like a lot of comedians, like I said, a lot of similar paths, wrestling, and like it's dark, dude. And like I know several people that have taken their lives with like since I started doing comedy. It happens every
Mm.
year. Someone, and not that like working out is going to stop that, but it certainly helps.
Yeah, it definitely helps with hormones and everything.
Everything, your mood, your fucking
Yeah.
energy level. Like if I worked out today, I'm going to be less likely to eat something bad or to get hammered tonight or whatever. Like I
Just
don't know,
makes you
dude.
feel good. Yeah, it's a first day accomplishment, just like in the military, they make their bed first thing.
Yeah.
There you go, accomplish something.
Yeah.
There you go, work out. You accomplish something.
You start your day with a win, dude.
Exactly,
And
you're a step ahead.
I didn't know that made me a bad person, but apparently
It
fucking
doesn't.
does, dude. And I'm just like it. And but also I'm just like, if that's gonna turn you off, then you know what? You can not follow me, and I think I'll be okay. Like I want the people that understand that, like, and I don't know if I think it's a little bit different now with like the age of social media, where like
Mhm.
back in the day, at least, especially like for wrestlers, like everyone stayed in character. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And so you
Yeah.
just thought that, like I've seen like I don't know if it's Dark Side of the Ring or whatever, where like the Iron Sheik and Hacksaw Jim Duggan got arrested because they had dope and they were like driving together and they had a bunch of drugs and like they got in trouble because they were supposed to hate each other, but in real life they were really good friends.
Yeah.
And it's like you would never have known that now because I don't remember learning about it now, but like now it's like people peel back the curtain on their personal lives because then people make a connection to you, right? And so I
Yeah.
feel like for comedy, it's also that. It's like, hey, I'm on the road. Fucking, I just took a red eye to get to my gig in Florida, but I got to work out first. Otherwise, I'm going to feel like shit because I'm now 3 hours ahead. And it's just, I don't know.
You're just showing your journey. I
Yes.
do the same sort of thing.
Yes.
Anytime I'm on a flight somewhere or I'm hitting the gym or something, or
Yeah.
I'm
See,
out
like
in a weird
driving,
place.
driving like from a show back down to San Diego at 12 o'clock at night or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude, like that's just our
It-
lives. Like,
it may be a dumb little story that I'm just doing a photo, of the dark background, but like that's what reality. It's what I'm
yeah.
doing, and I'm sharing the journey, and a lot of people have appreciated that.
Right. I think and I think for the most part they do, but
Yeah.
it's obviously like that's where like I think the bad of social media is like you take one negative comment and you're like, fuck, dude. Like, it's like whatever, dude.
Don't let it eat away. At you. There's 100 more good comments on
Totally,
there.
totally. What's okay, so tell me this. Like so what was you said 6 months was your first match after you started
It
training?
was about 5.5. Yeah, I
Okay.
started like the middle of May, and then my first match was December 2nd.
Okay. Good for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how long does training last? Like a typical, like you go into the training center. Is it like an all day thing?
No, it's usually 3 hours. It's
Okay.
two to three. It kind of depends on the school you're at, but
Right.
2 to 3 is pretty common.
Okay.
At SoCal Pro, we do it 7 to 10 p.m. every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday night, sometimes Wednesdays and stuff. And we'll also do like this weekend on Sunday, we have a beginners camp. So like
I saw
it's
that,
their
yeah,
first day. If you
Uh-huh.
want to come try some
I have
professional
it-
wrestling,
I have my last game this Sunday, but the next one I
Oh,
might just
come on.
go.
Maybe
I know.
next
Well,
time.
you know what? So our team, I play. I most of my clothes. We were talking about this. Is why I didn't know that the street was closed down. So I have my phone on silent,
Mhm.
or like on do not disturb because my group of like most of my close friends, they're all guys I played baseball with, and
Yeah.
we all still play together. So the team thread is just like constantly going off. Like by the time we're done, there's gonna be like 100 messages, and so I have to put my phone on do not disturb. Otherwise, it's like constant. Even if I have it on vibrate, like
Yeah.
it's still vibrating. But so this season we were really shitty. I think a lot of our ages are catching up to us, and we're playing against guys that are like half our age.
Mhm.
And so this is our last game. It's a meaningless game, but it's a possibility we may forfeit because guys have shit going on because the
Mm.
game doesn't matter.
That's the
So
worst.
if we
Yeah.
forfeit, maybe I'll fucking come down.
Yeah, come on,
I'm in
man.
town this
Come
weekend.
take your first
Uh,
bump.
I have health insurance now, so like if anything horrible, knock on wood.
Yeah.
happens,
Oh,
I'll be
please, professional wrestlers have health insurance. Like,
Yes.
please have it.
Well,
Like,
it's so funny because so my ex girlfriend is from Oklahoma,
yeah.
and so I would go to Oklahoma a lot. And the first time, have you been to Oklahoma yet?
No,
You're not
yet.
missing anything.
Is that the one with a lot of corn, or is that Nebraska?
Nebraska has
Nebraska
corn.
has corn.
Oklahoma has a lot of nothing.
Okay.
A lot of cattle. Where my ex is from, they have a lot of watermelons. They grow a lot of watermelons there.
Okay.
But it's a lot of nothing. I love you guys, but it just is what it is. A lot of there's that everywhere. A lot of meth, but there's meth everywhere, dude. What's so funny though about that is when I was working, my ex's family had a watermelon farm. They have a watermelon farm. We still have it. They're just and so when I would go there, like I would work on the farm with the family or whatever, and like I would talk to the guys, and I'd be like, hey, did you know that so and so went to prison for meth? And she's like, no. I'm like, do you know that so-and-so went to prison for this? And she's like, no. How do you know this? I'm like, they told me. Like, did you guys ask these guys before you hired them?
Yeah.
Anyway, point being, what was my point? We were just fucking talking about something. I asked you if you've ever been to Oklahoma. Oh, so the first time I went to Oklahoma, I had like a checklist of things I wanted to do while I was there. And one of them was I wanted to go country line dancing. I used to be a dancer.
Okay.
So I can pick up on choreography very easily. So I'm like, but if I'm going to go to country line dance, because I hated country before we met. And then we met. I started to like. I'm like, let's go country line dancing, dude. Like, if I'm gonna go, it should be in a place like Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And I went, and this place they have there, and I'm told that it's closed now, but it's a big country line dancing, like dance hall type place. But in the back of it, and I have to preface this because people always think I mean mechanical bull. They have live bull riding.
Okay.
So like you sign a waiver
Oh,
and you
man.
fucking hop on a live bull. It's not like, we're right down the street from Saddle Ranch, which is a classic spot. You can ride a mechanical. No, like they have 1,000-pound fucking bull
Wow.
that you sign a waiver for. And I'm like, dude, I have to ride a bull.
Oh my god.
And she's like, no, you don't have insurance. And I'm like, all right, when I get insurance, I'm going to come back and ride this. And now they're closed, but I don't know if I would do it because now I'm like 10 years older than I was the first time I went to Oklahoma. But yeah, dude, you can ride a fucking bull, dude.
Just got to sign a waiver. Oh my god.
Isn't that wild?
I mean, it's technically the same thing as pro wrestling.
Right, yeah,
You
yeah.
sign a waiver, you come take some bumps.
Right, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you can get messed up pretty badly.
I'm sure.
Now, on the first day, we take it very easy on people.
Okay.
You know, we learn a lot of the first day in professional wrestling is just learning body control.
Uh-huh.
You know, you don't really even do a whole lot with the other person. It's just you in the ring because the ring wobbles, you know, as you're in there and the bigger ones.
Can you talk about this, please?
Absolutely. I mean, there's different sizes of rings.
Of course.
You know, there's 16, 18, 20 footers. Sometimes they're shorter and maybe slightly bigger than
Right.
that.
So
but
like WWE has like the bigger ring.
they have the
right?
20-foot ring.
And then a lot of like the indie spots have the smaller rings.
Yes, the
right?
16 because it's easier to travel with.
Yeah.
You don't have to get such a big truck or anything. So a lot of times I've trained on it's been a 16-foot ring.
Got it.
And it still has some wobble to it, but that 21 has like a 6-inch wobble. When you're running in that 20-foot ring, I just did one in Florida this last week and was running the ropes on there. So it felt super nice at House of Champions. It was an amazing ring, but like it goes up and down so much that it messes up your footing, like as you're running. So you have to get used to that. So on the first day of training in the 16-foot ring for people, a lot of the basics are just doing some rolls, getting used to body control with that, and then hitting the ropes, getting used to that. And you wouldn't believe it, but hitting the ropes.
I've heard. I was gonna say. I was like, I've heard hitting the ropes the first time, or still, but like you could become numb to it, but like it hurts.
Yes, and if you do it right, that is
Right.
because a lot of people they kind of candy ass it and they just kind of like tap it because it hurts. Like you hit it once hard, and then you're like, after that they're like, oh, I don't want to hit it so hard.
It's
But you need
essentially
to.
a cable covered with.
Yes,
like some,
it's an airline cable with a garden hose and tape.
That's fucking wild.
That's it. If you have real ropes like WWE or House of Champions, like I said, they have like actual ropes. They're kind of like spongy and they feel kind of nice. But then again, I'm used to hitting them, so it doesn't matter which one I'm hitting these days.
Right. Yeah,
But
your body becomes. It's you get like a callus, right? Like
Yes,
anything else.
they call it a callus, but you mean
Not like an actual physical.
yeah,
callus,
you don't
but like your
physically
body
get
just
calluses on your body. You just get used to it.
Just like you get used to
you
fall.
toughen up the muscle. You know.
Yeah.
It's like fighters. You get punched a bunch. You get kind of toughened up to being punched and stuff.
Did you watch? Do you watch UFC at all?
No, I don't got time for that.
Yeah, me neither. But I did watch the Conor McGregor fight.
Yeah, let's talk about
the
that one.
lack thereof.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
But with the ring, I thought that the ropes were the softest part, and I thought that the turnbuckles were going to be the hardest part. And that is incorrect.
The opposite.
The ropes are the hardest part of the ring, especially if you're hitting those hard like you should be. Like whenever I hit them to break them.
Right.
Same thing with the buckles. If I'm going to run into a buckle, I'm running to break the buckle. And I've broken 3 now.
Really?
Yeah, I've broken 3.
So is that?
But it's super soft. It's a pillow essentially over the top of course, metal. But like it's soft to hit the buckles for the most part.
Okay.
And then the ring itself, I mean, that varies because it depends on the padding.
Right.
All it is these long steel rails with either 2x6s or 2x8s or 12s or whatever people slide on there, and then a thin piece of padding.
Yeah.
And a canvas.
And then you're on top of. Isn't there like a wood underneath, like a piece of wood underneath the actual canvas that you bounce off of?
Not right. It's the like I said, the steel rails. Then it's the 2x6 boards.
Got it. Yeah.
All the way
okay,
across.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then on top of that, you have that thin padding. And some paddings,
So when you say you mean 2 inches?
Yeah, 2-inch thick
gotcha.
boards. By like 6 or 8 or 12 or whatever, what you get at Home Depot, same sort of thing,
You look at me like that because I'm Mexican. I've never been to Home Depot to buy anything at all.
But yeah, the padding varies how thick and thin it is. So every ring can feel a little bit different. That's why it's important to walk the ring before you really start a show. If you have time, just go out there and just walk through it, kind of feel it out, feel where there's little lumps and stuff.
Right.
Because again, the boards jangling up and down as you're running through it, they kind of mess up your footing if you're not used to it. Same with the size of the ring. If it's an 18 versus used to being into 16, it's just good to kind
Does
of.
it change like your timing at all when you're like, if you're used to one size ring and then you got to go to like a bigger or smaller, like when you hit certain moves, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Definitely, because there's like either extra half or full step that you have to put in there, or you have to slide across a little farther. So yeah, there's definitely a little bit of a timing issue, but it's not super significant.
Okay.
For the most part, it's just the wobble of the boards. That's the
Gotcha.
thing that's the biggest thing to get used to.
Okay. What's this is I've always wondered this and I think I know the answer, but I don't know if I do. A lot of times you'll see wrestlers before they step into the ring, they like wipe their feet on the outside.
Yep, that's respect. Mark
Okay.
Mark Henry talked about it.
Interesting.
It's respect to the ring and everyone that's come in it before you, because people have died doing professional wrestling.
Definitely.
So it's respect to all those people, but also you want to keep it clean.
Okay.
Like you don't want to go in there and you had like gum or you just went in the bathroom and wiped your feet on whatever and you go out
That's
to the
wild.
ring and like
Yeah.
you're stomping that in people's face stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's just courtesy to everyone else and respect to professional
So it's a
wrestling.
respect thing.
Yes, very
Okay.
much a respect thing. A lot of professional wrestling is built on respect.
Totally.
But to your peers, as well as the ring and everyone again that's come before you,
Right.
it's very much a respect-based business. Just like in martial arts, like I was so surprised at like how similar it was. Like every time you walk into a room in my martial art, we go and shake everyone's hand.
Uh-huh.
Well, in professional wrestling, we do the same thing. It's
Right.
it's common
We're
courtesy. You go up,
supposed to.
shake everyone's
Sometimes you
hand.
hear about stories where guys didn't do it and whatever, but
Yeah, it
Yeah.
causes an issue because
Yeah.
we're all supposed to do it. It's a thing that everyone knows is, hey, we go say hi to everyone.
yeah.
Now, sometimes it gets very difficult when there's like a massive amount of people there. Like tonight, we have 30 people in the Rumble, and then we have 4 matches on top of that.
Right.
I'm going to do my best to meet and shake everyone's hand, but sometimes you might not meet them right when you first get in the door. But at some point, when you run into them,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
shaking
yeah.
hands,
At least I feel like if you, because I did the same thing, like, on a comedy show, like if we're in the green room, if I don't know someone, I'm like, oh, hey, I just always make it a point to introduce myself.
Yes.
And if it's someone that's like more famous than me, then like I will do it. But sometimes it's like, you don't want to like bother like the famous people that are popping in. But like at the same time, you're like, oh,
They're just dudes.
big fan. Yeah, yeah.
They're just people.
Sometimes.
All of us are just people. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just common courtesy to shake hands no matter what level you're
Totally.
at.
Yeah, yeah,
And if someone has like a big bad attitude, they're probably not going to be in it very long.
yeah, yeah.
Because
I
like
don't know.
again, it's
Comedy.
built on respect.
There's some people in comedy that are.
Well, comedy might be different. Professional wrestling, it's
Yeah, yeah.
something else.
Well, because also in wrestling, not only is there a respect, but there's a trust factor.
Yes, you have to,
like
even
you
if
guys,
you don't like them.
yeah, like these people, I think, and this is what I talk about when people like, you watch wrestling, and I'm like, yeah, I've been watching it since I was a kid, dude. Like, of course, and like some people love wrestling, or some people don't know enough about it. But I'm like, you don't understand. Like these guys at any level are not to like, but like you're putting your lives on the line essentially.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
and obviously like you guys are all trained and whatever, but like 1 inch here or there like could mean like the worst.
Fatality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't want to say it, but,
Paralysis.
but like
Everything.
so you
I
have
tore
to.
my bicep just in training.
You tore your bicep.
Yeah, it's right here. This
Oh.
big old scar right here.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I tore
dude.
my bicep just in training. I wasn't even a match.
Uh-huh.
We were going over suplexes with the new guys. Like
Uh-huh.
there's a line of 7 of them. Like I was giving them all a suplex first, and they were all going to give it to me.
Uh-huh.
And we have a crash pad down, and everything. So like everything's safe. It's not like we're doing anything
Right.
I haven't done. I'm thoroughly warmed up. It's not like I have weak biceps. But like I did 6 in a row, and the 7th guy came, and he got scared. That's probably why he was at the end of the line. He was a little bit nervous about taking a suplex bump. But like as I go to lift him up, he sat back and like kind of pushed away from me, and like his head was almost angled down at the time.
Uh-huh.
So I had to kind of almost catch him and save his life, and my bicep just popped.
Damn it.
Yeah, I had
How
to
long
go
did
get
that take?
surgery. So I got surgery 3 weeks after it happened. I was told I would be out for 4 to 6 months before I could even start training again.
Right.
9 weeks later, I had my match back.
9 weeks.
9 weeks.
Do you want to how do you want to share what vitamins you might have taken to help?
I don't even remember all the vitamins. For the most
I'm
part,
like, that's quick, dude.
for the most part, it was vitamin C. Like
Okay.
I didn't actually realize this, but vitamin C is like how you build your collagen and build back all your tendons and ligaments. And I wasn't like, not like my diet was anything spectacular, but I didn't have a lot of fruits in it at the time because I was kind of lower carb.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh, I really have been lacking vitamin C. So that's maybe why it occurred or whatever. But my surgeon told me like, yeah, just take vitamin C. That's all you really
No
need to like
shit.
grow everything back.
9
So,
weeks.
yeah, I have 500 milligrams of vitamin C twice a day, every day. I
Uh-huh.
still do that continuously because it helps
Right.
keep your joints healthy and nice and keep your collagen. I took some like fish oil, see, whatever I like research that would like kind of help build up. None of like the what do they do
I'm waiting for you to
the
tell me that
shots
you
and
took
stuff.
BPC 157
I didn't do any of
because
that
I'm about to
stuff.
take that from my foot.
No, some people did like suggest it, but like I've never. I don't do shots and needles and stuff. I don't.
I just took one in my
that.
foot. I got a cortisone shot. So I have really bad plantar fasciitis and the pinched nerve in my foot. So they gave me 2 shots just from running so much. But I told the doctor, I'm like, can I take BPC 153 and TB 500? She's like, you can, but
Yeah, you could try, but
yeah,
like there's
not enough studies. But
there's mixed results of that stuff. But
I've heard a lot of people say that it helps, but there's not enough research to show that, you know.
the biggest thing to me to come back from that is I did the John Cena protocol.
Okay.
So what John Cena had said when he got his injuries and would do it is like he would ask the doctor or talk to in consultation like, what do I need to do to come back? Like, what exercises or things? And they give it to him. And he's like, okay, now how much can I do?
And he would do
like
3 times a day.
A lot of times they'll give you like, oh, you can do this once a day,
Right.
twice a week or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, no, how many times can I do it? They're like, well, you could do it like 4 times a day, every day, but like nobody does that. He's like, I'll do that.
Yeah, and that's why he came back from
So
that injury.
that's exactly what it is. I
Yeah.
had nothing else to do. I had my torn bicep and
Right.
I was basically sitting at home. It's like, what else are you going to do for 8 weeks? I want to come back as soon as I can. I was in a major storyline at the time.
Right.
So like 4 times a day, I had an alarm on my phone. If I didn't already do my stretches and exercises for my injury, I was doing them right then.
That's great.
You know, I would do a lot of walking to get the blood flow continuously moving. I would still go to the gym, do squats and stuff just without using my arm.
Right.
Like anything I could do to come back as quick as possible, I did that.
That's great. That's why I think like, you know, like I haven't, so this foot injury is really painful.
Yeah.
But I haven't stopped running. So even like I had an appointment yesterday. So they took x-rays like 2 weeks ago and they showed me that I had bone spurs also on the bottom of my foot. And I'm like, well, they're just going to tell me not to run for like a couple weeks. I'm just going to run until they tell me not to. And then of course, yesterday she gave me the shots and she was like, no running for at least a week. I'm like, okay, fine. But like, I think sometimes people get hurt and then they use that as not trying to label everybody, but they get hurt and they use it as an excuse to kind of like sulk and feel sorry for themselves. And it's
Take
like
time off, you know,
yeah, you
because
can
sometimes you feel burned out in your mind too. And that gives
Totally.
you the excuse.
Yeah. So it's like you can go one or two ways, right? You can go like, all right, I'll just take this as a sign, take a step back and whatever. Or you can be like, no, I'm going to get back out there. You said 6 months, I'm going to be back out there in 2 months or whatever. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I just I put everything I had into getting back because I wanted to keep doing this. You know, like I said, I'm in my early 30s now. I don't have time to mess around.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm going for this and been going for this for 4 years, hard as I can.
What's so you kind of talked about it, but so 'cause this is something that I take for myself, but I think for you guys, you have to do it especially. There's not really an off season in wrestling. You know, like if you're playing baseball, football, whatever, like, you know, you can take a few weeks off when the season's over, whatever. But for you guys, you're constantly like, I mean, you're basically half naked. You know,
Yes.
like you're in trunks or you're in tights or whatever, but your shirt's off for the most part, whatever. So like your body has to look a certain way.
Yeah.
So how much of that, like what's your diet like as far as like how dialed in are you on a daily basis and so forth?
So I don't really measure a lot of things.
Okay.
You know, for the most part, I've stuck to keeping it very simple.
Uh-huh.
You know, I eat the same thing every day and I have for
Repetition.
a long time, but then I make slight adjustments to that up or down as needed. So if I want to lean out a little bit, instead of having a cup of oats, maybe I have 3/4 cup of oats, or I'll have a little less honey in my oats, or maybe I'll have a little less chicken breast when I'm doing stuff, or a little more, a little less rice. But like, I just make small adjustments and don't really like micromanage every little thing that I have, you know?
So, but you have an idea, like,
Yeah, I have a very good idea.
like I don't count my calories really either, but I can tell you what I ate today and know I'm like, all right, so I'm probably at about 60 grams of protein so far, this many carbs. Like you kind of just know, and then it just becomes like second nature.
Yeah, it's just habit, you know? So I stick to healthy habits. I haven't had bread in like 14 years.
14 years? No bread. Look at you.
I haven't had soda.
That's why you're the fucking world champion, dude.
Haven't had soda since I was like 14.
Really?
Yeah, nothing carbonated.
Nothing.
Yeah, just simply because
What about sparkling water?
I just don't care for carbonation anymore.
Interesting.
You know? Yeah, but
I once for the longest time I didn't, and I started going out like to clubs and stuff, and I got tired of being the guy with water.
Yeah.
Because people like fucking they make judgments. They think you're weird. So then I would, when I went out to club, this is when I used to club. Club sounds like the worst thing to me now. But so I would drink Diet Coke.
Mhm.
And then that was like kind of like the gateway. But like, I don't drink like regular soda. If I do, it's like a diet or it's Coke Zero or something. But, and it's like, it's literally only social. Like, I'm not just like, I have water right now. Like, but
Yeah.
14 years, dude, that's wild.
It's just because it doesn't make me feel good. I have nothing against bread.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I did have really bad allergies when I was growing up, and
Okay.
then it was suggested to me when I was about 18 to just maybe don't eat so much wheat or bread and just like see how you feel. So I didn't have it, and I felt better. And when I did try to have bread again, I felt terrible. So like I
Really?
just don't have it out of a healthy habit that I developed because it doesn't make me feel good. You know,
That's awesome. But also like hard. But like,
It's not hard
if you don't
after
miss,
doing
if
it,
you don't
yeah.
miss it, then it's just like, yeah, it's just like your life. So like, what's your what's, if you had to guess,
Mhm.
daily calorie intake, like for maintenance, what is that for you? Can I guess?
Sure.
Because you seem like, what are you, like 6'3"?
No, I'm 6 foot flat, barefoot.
What are you in the program though?
What do you mean?
Like when they list you, when they call you out to the ring.
Oh, they don't.
In
they
this
don't-
corner,
they don't list your height.
Really?
Matt. No,
Okay.
just your weight.
Okay. So how much you weigh?
Right now, around 225.
225, 6 feet. So like maybe like 3,700 calories, like less.
Hey, I'm cutting right now.
Oh, or so I said like on a maintenance.
On
though.
a maintenance, I'm about 3,300.
Okay. Okay.
Maintenance is 33.
Yeah, yeah.
When I cut, somewhere between 27.5 or
That's not
3,000.
bad.
Yeah.
That's still pretty like, you're not like starving. That's pretty
Not
good.
usually. I mean,
Yeah.
I am when it gets to the point, but
Yeah.
not always.
So you're cutting right now.
Yeah.
Is there
just
like a big show
very
or just
slow. I always do everything slow. Like when I started pro wrestling, I was about 250, almost 260.
Oh wow.
And it took me 2.5, 3 years to lose 30 pounds because I just did it very slow.
Got it.
You know, basically a 300, 500 calorie deficit. So it's not super major hunger pains or anything. And I got all the way down to 217 and worked back up and back down. It's that constant fluctuation of
Okay.
looking jacked and tan because you got to
course.
look good on TV.
Do you tan in a bed or do you have like a self tan?
I do the self tanner. Like I only did it recently. Like I haven't. It's
People
probably the
love-
last like 3, maybe 4 months I've been doing that. Before that, I did just do sun tanning. I've never done a bed. I'm probably not going to, but I wanted to do as much natural as I could because to me, being natural is like important.
Totally.
It's part of like
You also live in
my
San
health
Diego.
and everything.
Like,
Yeah, you know, it just
come
comes
on.
down to time. That's why I had to
Right.
switch to the self tanners. I just don't have time anymore.
This is
you know.
so. This is how this is my secret. This is not my natural skin color, folks. I hate to break it to you. I could show you my butt and show you what my actual skin color is. But in the summertime, I run a lot, and when I run, I just take my shirt off,
Yeah.
and then I'm in shorts and I put sunblock on. Don't get it, weird. But and then I'm tan, but I'm also like getting my run in, and it's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
But
Whenever I do cardio, same thing.
I also don't have a ton of time to like just sit and like sunbathe there. And I used to do tanning beds back in the day.
Mhm.
Back in the day, like a lot.
back in the bodybuilding days.
I mean, I was never like I've never like I mean, I guess technically I've always been like I would never to like compete, but like I've never not like been in the gym all the time. But like when I was a dancer, I just had a certain look that I was going for.
Yeah.
And it was like tan, and I used to have bleached hair back in the day, dude. Like Cody Rhodes, before Cody Rhodes
Okay.
had bleached hair, like that bleach.
You made it famous.
Oh, dude. I mean, that was like the boy band era. Like Backstreet and NSYNC were popular, and I was just like, that was my look, dude. I was the fucking bleached hair guy with the tan that had abs.
And for me, for a long time, I never cared about how I looked. I did powerlifting. I just wanted to be strong.
Right.
You know, I had strength goals more than I had body goals.
Totally.
I knew I would eventually transfer to the body goals because of professional wrestling. But at the time, like beforehand, I just wanted to be big
Like
and
some
strong.
of these like power lifters are like, I'm just saying, like they don't have abs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, nowadays they do. Now there's a lot more research and like people are much better at maintaining their weight and stuff. But for a long time there, it was how big
like,
could I get?
I'm just bulky.
I never went trying to get like huge. I around 250 is where I was pretty comfortable.
Okay.
You know, so I would hang out there. But yeah, there's some people that got pretty bulky.
I love watching like some of those like strongman competitions, dude.
Yeah.
Like if again, like you, I don't have a ton of time, but like if for some reason I'm somewhere and those come on, like I'm fascinated by it because I know how hard like some of those things are. like when they're throwing like the big like fucking like kegs of beer or whatever the fuck they're throwing over their head, or like they're squatting like a stack of people on their back with like the
Yeah,
fucking
things
platform,
that
dude.
would kill a normal human
Yeah,
being.
dude, it's
They're doing
wild.
That's the cool thing to me. Is, you know,
Yeah.
when I go to the gym, if I'm not lifting something that could kill me or someone else,
Right.
what am I doing there? You
So
know?
so how many days a week are you in the gym?
5.
5. Okay, so you give yourself 2 days off.
Those are cardio days.
Oh, okay.
I mean, usually they're show days too, because like a lot of times I may have to combine some of those workouts to where I'm doing 4 days a week instead, and I still get all my workouts in, but then I have travel or shows and stuff too.
So you account for because that's the thing. It's like it's hard. Like you guys have like I said, a similar life where you're on the road, you're going to the next gig. You got to get your workout in because especially for you guys, like I said, you're gonna have your shirt off.
Yeah,
you're gonna be in front of however many people. Like you want to look good, but you also got to get to the gig. So it's like there's a balance of like, all right, like for me, it's like I usually will just like if I have a show in San Diego, which I do next Wednesday or this Wednesday, if you're listening or watching,
all right.
I'll just leave early to beat the traffic, and then I'll work out once I get there. And then if I have a couple hours to kill, I'd rather do it that way than work out here, sit in traffic for an extra hour or two down to San Diego, and now I'm like pushing it against what
Yeah,
time
you don't need the stress.
No, I just get there, work out. If I have time to go to the beach, cool. If not, I'll go to I do eat bread, so like I have some of my favorite spots that I'll go eat at. And have you ever been to Hodad's
No,
in San Diego?
I don't think so.
So good. It's gotten really expensive over the last few years. I mean, everything has.
Yeah.
But it's like there's one downtown, and then there's one in Pacific Beach. It's just like really good burgers.
Oh, it's good to know.
It's like one of those places like Guy Fieri went on Diners, Dives. Man, I went before I knew that it was on there, or like I just found it. I'm a big Yelper. Like whenever I travel somewhere, I always Yelp. And the first thing I Yelp is best barbecue. I love barbecue, so I look for barbecue everywhere. Because for me also, like I don't want to like I'm still gonna eat really well when I'm gone, like when I'm on the road. But like I do want to like if I'm somewhere like if I'm in Texas, I gotta try some barbecue. If I'm like wherever, But for me, like barbecue, I don't go crazy with like fries and bread. Like I just I'll get some sides. So to me, it's not even a cheat meal necessarily. But like the first thing I do is I'll Yelp best barbecue wherever I'm at, and the second thing I'll look for is best burger. And I'll usually save the burger for like Saturday. I ran 10 miles and I fucking found a burger, and it was great. But Hodad's is in San Diego, and it's great.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
But you can't eat the bread. Just got to take the fucking bread off, I guess.
Yeah, same thing when I go to like In-N-Out and stuff. I just
what's your In-N-Out order?
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, why not? People listening, like, so you realize people come to, so we have it made here because when people come here, they're like, oh, we got to go to In-N-Out. But in other places, like, there's a lot of places that don't have In-N-Out.
Yeah.
So it's like a thing. So then like, there's like this secret, like, well, what's your In-N-Out order? So you can tell what's your In-N-Out.
So my In-N-Out order, it's changed a little bit, but more commonly it's just been 6 burger patties.
6?
Yeah. But like that's it.
Hell yeah.
It's like 6 burger patties.
Oh, that's
Maybe
it.
I'll put a tomato on top.
No cheese. Just the patties.
That's been recently because I've been cutting.
Right.
Before that, what it morphed from was 2 3x1s. Protein style. So you get 3 meat, 1 cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to overload it with the fat. So like 3x1.
3x1.
Yeah, 2 3x1s. Maybe fries, depending on how.
So that's still 6 patties, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. That's my protein goal.
Wow, that's great.
I try to get 50 grams of protein every time I eat.
Really?
Yeah, and everywhere I travel, I get 50 grams of protein with me.
Look at that. Oh, he's got. You guys can't see this on camera, but he's got his meal prep bag with him. And his fiance, by the way. Hi, Elizabeth.
Yeah, fantastic.
Sorry.
Fiance.
I should. Do people? Are you supposed to appear?
I don't mind. It's my fiance. She's not going anywhere.
No, I don't know. Like if it's like part of your character to like be like unattainable or
I'm lovable, aren't I?
Well, I've seen some of your videos though. You're kind of a bad guy sometimes.
Well, I mean, depends on what they what I'm booked as.
Yeah.
Really, I just maintain a certain level of intensity.
Yeah, totally.
With my character, whether I'm a good or bad guy.
Right. No, I definitely noticed that. You hit the ropes really hard. You like
intensity
slam
is
people
important
really
to
hard.
Me, you know?
Like
there's a certain level of intensity I will not go below.
Okay.
So I mean that's the main thing about me and my character and my personality too. It's like anything I'm doing, I only know how to be the best. I don't know how to be anything else. So like I don't care what I'm doing, what I'm competing with, I'm going to try to win. Doesn't matter if I'm going against my lovely fiance,
I love that,
some kid at the fair. Like we just did this little fair show.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
yeah,
all
yeah.
the kids, they were come up and wanted to like joust those little like foam pads. Like, I'm not like kid
fuck
win, I'm
those kids
champ. I'm
up,
not
dude.
losing.
Yeah.
I ain't losing to some kid.
You're
no.
right.
Other guys are being nice. Oh, falling off. No, that's not me.
My nephew is 9 now, and I love him to death, but I'm a little bit, this is not controversial. I'm in better shape than his dad, my brother, younger brother, but, and so I'll play like, like soccer with him or whatever. And like, I don't play soccer. I suck at soccer, but I can beat my fucking 9-year-old nephew. And so like, he's like, Uncle Petey, you want to play soccer? I'm like, yeah. And then like, I'll go and I'm playing, dude. Like if you're taking me off whatever I'm doing. And there's a one time where he was like, Uncle Petey, can you like take it easy on me? I'm like,
Nope.
fuck no, dude. Like we're playing, dude.
They'll learn better that way
Yes,
too.
I got
only
this-
get better by going against people that are better than you.
I would have been like this anyway, but Gary V, you know who Gary V is? He's like a big like entrepreneur
That sounds
/
familiar.
motivational.
Yeah.
Like he's all about like growing your business
Yeah.
using all the outlets on it. I learned a lot from him actually.
Mhm.
It hasn't helped me become famous, but he definitely can tell you how to try. But he talks about that like when he plays with his kids, he's like, I'm not letting my fucking kid win. The day that my kid beats me is the day that he's good enough to beat me. Like if we're playing basketball, I'm fucking swat. I'm like, yeah, dude, like exactly. So yeah, I'm with that, dude. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Play to win always.
Yes, this is
whatever you're doing.
This is what you. So you did martial arts.
Yes.
This is how I feel like. Again, I feel like so when I started comedy late, but I came from an athletic background, so I feel like I was able to tackle it from like an athlete's perspective,
Mhm.
or like I wasn't like once I did my first show and I started getting laughs, I'm like, oh well, this is my thing. Like I need to get on as many shows as I can. Need to get on the road as soon as I can. And God bless some of these guys that I was emailing way before I should have been. But it's just like I just had that mentality of like, well, I just have to. And I'm not like I'm the best comic. I mean, comedy is subjective, but like
yeah, it's up to
I
them.
think my work ethic in that, taking it from being an athlete to applying those same principles, like the dedication that it takes to play a sport has, got me to kind of like to get just all the gigs that I get and get better quicker and whatever,
Yeah,
I had
really get your name out there.
I had somebody tell me like they were doing it as an insult. I talked about this a while ago, but they told me that I treat comedy like a sport. And I was like, but that was like their insult to me. And I was like, well, yeah.
Playing to win.
Yeah, dude,
why not?
like, yeah, like I'm not fucking doing like sure, like I'm friends with people, like of course, but like also like I want to be good. Like I'm not just okay with like just being right here and being an open micer and fucking never getting paid. And like I want to be as good as I can be.
Yeah.
That's why I go to some of these fucking cities that are 2,600 miles from here and do shows in front of 20 people in a backyard somewhere. Like I don't fucking care, dude. Like I want to be as good as I fucking can be.
And we need that. Like there's different things you learn from shows like that,
Totally.
whether you're doing pro wrestling or comedy,
Yeah, totally.
versus being in front of a TV audience or like a big crowd even,
Right.
Like there's different ways that you probably do comedy because there's different ways we wrestle in front of crowds like that.
Totally.
And I was terrible at that at first because the smaller crowds are the ones you really have to interact with and really do stuff.
Right. It's very similar in comedy.
Yeah.
Like if there's 12 people, you can't just be like, so I was on a plane. And like you kind of have to like talk to them a little
Pick
bit.
on some of them. Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that, dude.
Make
So
them feel.
this is why I think people should also definitely support indie wrestling, is because if you want to be a part of the show, like go to an indie wrestling show.
Yes.
Because like there's some promotions that I've been to, like where it's like those are just the people that go all the time and they are talking shit to the wrestlers.
Yep.
And the most fun is when they're talking shit back to them.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, dude, of course. This is like great.
That's what we do.
Yeah, I
you
love that,
want to be
dude.
part of the show, come show up, be front
Yeah.
row. I mean, like you can pay $20 to be front row at our show and like you'll get some interaction. You
Right.
say some stuff, we'll say it back.
I love it.
Yeah, just don't get in the ring.
Totally.
Please, God, do not get in the ring.
Do not jump the barricade.
I promise it will not end well.
It
It's
will not
never,
end well.
ever ended well. Ever.
I love some of those videos where I see like they'll pop up and like someone runs up and like you just see like, because obviously you guys are fighting against each other.
Yeah.
But the second someone jumps the ring, dude, that person is now the enemy and everyone's booking. And I love that.
Even the
'cause
refs.
yeah.
The
it's like,
refs
what
will
are
get
you
in.
fucking
Yeah.
doing, dude?
Because it's like you never know what someone's coming in for if they have weapons
Totally.
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You have to protect the
You have to assume
sport
the worst.
as well. Like we're they're showing and demonstrating stuff, but we're protecting what we're doing. We wipe the feet before we get in the ring.
Right.
Same sort of thing. We are protecting that business.
Yeah. I want to talk about this before. So this is something that I learned about, like maybe within the last few years, but like when like AEW or WWE comes to town, like you've been on a lot of like those productions as like a background. I don't know what they call it.
They call it an extra. I've been an extra.
So we call it an extra in that.
Yes.
So how does that work? Like, because like I've seen you. I think that's how we connected. Because I think I went to AEW and like you maybe had commented or something, and I was like, oh, who is? And then I saw that you were there. I was like, oh fuck yeah, dude.
I got you in the trap. So
yeah, that's great though, dude. I wanted to talk. That's great.
So this is a secret I have for all professional wrestlers. Any and every event you go to your little social media, find the location that you're at, look at all the posts that just happened at that show, make a comment on those posts or stories, reach out and say, hey, thanks for coming to the show.
Yeah.
That's it. Because like you enjoyed that they came, you were there too.
Yeah.
Why not make that interaction? I've gotten so many followers.
Yes,
by doing,
that's how we
so
met, dude. Yeah.
Slow and tedious and takes time, but like that's how you make these connections that turn into a big gig for you.
It's smart, dude. That's kind of like I don't know, you know who Dane Cook is.
Yeah.
But so like he blew up, in the early 2000s because he was like one of the first people on MySpace, and he would fucking send his YouTube videos to everybody. He was like one of the first people to go viral, but it was like he was just him fucking messaging people. So like there's little tricks that you can do like that. I mean, it's genius, dude. It's marketing.
Yeah. Do it at your comedy shows too.
Totally.
They're there. Thanks for coming out. That's it.
I'll do it. I mean, I do it anytime I see that someone was there or whatever, but also I'll do it like if I'm going somewhere, I'll go on that club's page, like for like 2 weeks before, and just like every post that was tagged at that club. Instagram has made it a little bit harder to follow that geotag now. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It was a lot easier before, but you can still do it. It's just a little bit harder now.
Yeah.
But like just that, and then people will be like, "Oh, I see you're coming." Like it does help. It doesn't hurt. You know?
It's a little extra step that could only benefit you.
So as an indie wrestler, how do you guys find out about these like shows coming to town or like contact? Because like I said, it's something that I didn't know about until a few years ago, but then now that I know, I'll recognize people. I'll be like, oh, that's so and so. That's so and so. So do they like kind of put a blast out to like the indies in those areas, or you guys fucking?
No, you have to go to them. You always have to go and try to find them. So what I do is I go to whether it's WWE, AEW, TNA, or wherever I'm doing this extra work for. Even same thing with just regular indie promotions. I look at the schedule they have posted.
Got it.
When are they coming? Anywhere I can get to, whether it's near me or maybe farther away, I look where that's at, and then I reach out. Every place has their different person to reach out to.
Gotcha.
And you reach out to them to see like, hey, I'm available. If I can come help, I'd like to help be a part of your show in any way I can.
Right.
And sometimes they'll approve you, sometimes they won't. There's sometimes that you'll hear nothing back, and a lot of times you'll hear something.
Got it. So, as extras, so like for people that don't watch wrestling or people that do watch wrestling, like when you're watching wrestling and let's say Brock Lesnar's coming to the ring, and then all of a sudden there's all these security people that are in the ring to stop him from coming. Like that's the kind of stuff that they have you guys do.
That's the extra stuff. We're the ones that get beat up and tossed around and whatnot. You get thrown out of the ring by Obafemi.
Yeah.
Those are not real police officers, let me tell you.
Never real police officers. But like it's still cool. Like it's like, I'm a part of the show. Like
absolutely. I was part of the WrestleMania preview actually this last year.
Oh, really?
With Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton.
Okay.
If you watch it back, I'm the one cleaning up the blood off of Randy Orton's head. I'm the doctor.
Oh, right. That's awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
so I got to be part of WrestleMania.
Dude, shout out to Cody Rhodes, man. I fucking This is my, not to be a fucking wrestling nerd. So I told the story, but this is before WrestleMania 39. I had a gig in Atlanta, and I wanted to go to the Nightmare Factory because, of course, when I go somewhere, I always find the gym that's close, and so I knew that he had a gym there, and it's like, so his gym is in Murrieta, I think, which is like 45 minutes outside of Atlanta. But I'm like, I'm fucking here, dude. I'll go to the Nightmare Factory.
Yeah, why not?
I go and I'm in there. I buy a day pass. The lady at the desk, Carolyn, I think I want to say. I can go in. Very nice. We're talking, and then all of a sudden I start to see like just a bunch of other wrestlers pop up. Like they're just working out because there's a gym and then there's the actual ring part.
Yeah, the cage in between. So,
yeah.
Yep.
And then fucking Cody walks in, and I'm like, dude, fucking Cody Rhodes is here. And then Billy Gunn shows up, and like I'm like, dude, this is crazy. And I'm like trying to be like just cool because I don't like bothering people at the gym.
Sure.
It's a very common
Yeah.
topic that's come up when it comes to like a girl that I have a crush on at the gym. I'll never talk to her because I don't bother people.
Okay.
But like I especially don't want, but this is like right before WrestleMania 39. So like essentially the biggest match of Cody's career, you know, at that point.
Yeah.
And so before I leave, you know, I'm buying like some merch just to like support and, you know, get some, my brother's a big wrestling fan too. And then the girl who's working so she, I think her name is Carolyn. She's QT Marshall's wife.
Okay.
So they help Cody run the gym.
Yeah.
I didn't know this at the time. I didn't know that they were married, but she's like, oh, like, are you a Cody fan? And I'm like, yeah, of course. You know, she's like, oh, he's here. Did you see him? And I was like, yeah. She's like, did you talk to him? I'm like, no, I'm not going to interrupt Cody Rhodes like before the biggest. I mean, we're talking weeks before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to interrupt him. And she's like, no. Like I'll go get him. He'll want to meet you. And I'm like, Cody Rhodes does not want to meet me.
Yes, he does. Yes.
I'm like, please don't bother, because I don't want to bother him while he's working out. And she's like, I'll be right back. So she goes and she fucking brings back Cody Rhodes post workout. And he's like, hey man, he comes, and dude, I'm telling you this, no cameras rolling. I'm not a fucking Make-A-Wish kid. You know what I mean? like he rolls up, introduces himself to me, and we just start talking. He asked me like why I'm in town. I'm like, I have some shows, but I happen to be running the Atlanta Marathon that weekend. And we talked for like 10 minutes about wrestling and comedy. He was telling me like, you know, he worked with all these comedians. And I'm just like, dude, like if I was 10, like I love you forever.
Yeah.
But I'm a fucking grown ass man and I love you forever already. Do you know what I mean? Like, cause he didn't have to do that.
Absolutely.
But because like you said, like he does want, because he knows how important that is to make those connections to people.
Yeah.
And it's not unlike anything that we do right now. And I'm just like, dude, he's the fucking coolest fucking dude for doing that, because I will be a fan forever, no matter what.
I love that too. I have people recognize me at the gym or different places I go to, and I love when people come up to me in the grocery store, or again at the gym or whatever, and be like, hey, are you that wrestler Mathias? I saw you at this show. Yeah, that's me. What's up? You want a picture? I love that, because that's another connection we can make. Yeah. You know, and have a fan forever.
And then a couple months later, they message you and say, I don't care about your workouts, asshole. And then you're like, fuck you, man.
I mean, they wouldn't do that to me.
They wouldn't do it to you, but they fucking, apparently you can't be a comedian and work out, or people get pissed off. So whatever.
People mind their manners a little better around me.
I bet, dude. Yeah. Okay, dude. So we'll get you out of here, dude. Do you have anything like, I know, so they're going to hear this next week. So the week of, so this weekend, I will be at Cowboy Room Comedy in Garden City, Idaho, Friday the 24th and Saturday the 25th. And then in a couple weeks after that, I'll be at the Savannah Comedy Review. I have a bunch of road shows coming up: Savannah, Portland, Maine, Auburn, Maine, Omaha, Nebraska, Tucson, Arizona. Follow me on social if you're not already. But what do you have coming up over the next few weeks?
Oh, I got tons of stuff. I got coming back to Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona with AWF. It's my debut for AWF next weekend. It'll be the 25th.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's the show you're on with shout out. She goes by Veronica Haven now, but when she was on the podcast, she was still Fallen Gray. But
yeah, and she's fantastic.
Yeah.
Zaya Brookside will be on that show too. I believe that's who she's going against.
Fighting her. Yeah,
I met Zaya at TNA in Denver this last time I was there. After that, maybe check out Monday Night Raw in LA around the 27th.
Right. That's right. That Intuit Dome.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Yes, I was there last time. Yeah.
Fuck, dude. That is such the. We talked about this, Mark. Intuit Dome is so. Fuck, if you haven't, I have no connection to, but like just go to a show, any kind of show, but especially a wrestling show, dude. Like they do it right at Intuit Dome.
Yes.
So you may possibly.
Well, I know I'm going to be there. What am I going to do?
Okay, I love that, dude.
Who
Hell
knows?
yeah, that's the 27th of July, right?
Yeah, 27th, Monday the 27th.
Okay,
and then
awesome.
any other place you want to find me, I'm always at SoCal Pro.
That's right.
But you can go to any of my social medias, and it's at Mathias Wrestles on everything. The Instagrams, the Facebooks, the Tweeters, the YouTubes, the TikToks, all that stuff.
Yep.
At Mathias Wrestles, you go to the link in it, and the first link is my matches and tickets. You click on that, you can see everywhere I'm going to be. You can get tickets for all of them. Sometimes there's a discount on there too. So check out the link. You can even follow my calendar and get notified anytime I'm coming to Raw or SmackDown.
I'll put your info in the show notes as well when we post it, if you guys know how to use show notes. But dude, thank you for stopping by, dude. I'm excited to go tonight to the Rumble.
Yeah, I'm gonna whip some ass.
Yeah, dude, I'm just excited. I like I said, I appreciate you coming through, dude, and best of luck in the future. I know you're gonna keep grinding and fucking make it happen. So thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to subscribe on all the socials, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and all that. Thanks for listening to The Camera Adds 10 Pounds, or watching if you're one of those fucking weirdos. And we'll see you next time, dude. Thank you guys. Cool,
Thanks.
Man.